This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Jackthreads. Coming up on Destructoid, Borderlands 2 is about to show off its DLC booty. Darkstalkers Resurrection is one of the many downloadable games coming our way, and cloud gaming, worst investment ever or way of the future? Find out right now on Destructoid Live.
Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy anniversary, Max!
It is actually our 2-year anniversary episode. We didn't know this. Someone in the chat told us this. The first Destructoid show episode aired on
October 11th, 2010.
That's so weird. And
I knew that, and yet it did not occur to me.
We're talking about a lot of the same things that we talked about then. That was all about Marvel vs. Capcom and Red Dead Redemption, and really, the gaming industry doesn't ever really change.
No.
Also exciting is we are HD live on YouTube for the first time.
Oh,
so
awesome.
If you'd like to see our pores, I assure you, they're gross. We actually have some presents, party favors.
We do, actually. We've got a couple codes to give away. We've got one Steam code for Retro City Rampage, which was graciously provided by Twitter user zombie__ninja. So thank you for that. We will be randomly dropping that one in the chat sometime during the show, so make sure you're paying attention. And to go along with that, we've got 3 PSN codes for Marvel vs. Capcom Origins. If you want to win one of those, all you have to do is tweet "I'm watching at Detoid Show" on www.youtube.com/Detoid for a chance to win MVC Origins for PSN. Make sure you include those W's in there, or people won't be able to click on the link.
Gotta have the dubs.
Yeah, go ahead and do that before the end of the episode. The sooner the better. We will pick 3 winners and announce them at the end of the show.
Yeah, and if you're not watching this live, then it's too late.
It's too late.
Your
You
ship
lost
has
it.
sailed.
You'll never get a video game ever again.
We have some video game news today.
Yeah, we do.
Somehow, I don't know how. With all the big AAA titles coming out this fall, it can be easy to let those little downloadable games just slip through the cracks, so I figured I would run down a handful of details about those aforementioned little tiny downloadable guys. Hey, look at that picture. That's horrible.
Wow.
For starters, Devolver Digital and Crow Team just put up this ridiculous trailer announcing that last year's awesome PC shooter Serious Sam 3 BFE is finally hitting XBLA. They told us this was coming to XBLA a while ago, and now it finally is, a year later. That's coming out next Wednesday for 1,200 Microsoft points, which is pretty cheap. There will be a separate bundle for the same price that includes multiplayer and components multiplayer components, and then the brand new Jewel of the Nile DLC. So it's sort of like a 2-part purchase. That'll be hitting a PC a day earlier for $10.
God, that game is so fun.
You should probably go watch that trailer too, because it's their tech support guy, Rich Knuckles, and he's just in a limo, just being a jerk, basically. It's a goofy trailer. Changing gears, Sega is adding a couple new titles to its Vintage Collection line, namely the classic ToeJam and Earl and its sequel, ToeJam and Earl: Panic on Funkotron, now featuring online co-op and achievements and all that good stuff you expect from modern gaming. These will be hitting PSN on November 6th for $4.99 and XBLA a day later for 800 Microsoft points. Now, Capcom, who's so graciously providing us with prizes, they made a bit of a splash with the announcement of Darkstalkers Resurrection, which is a downloadable bundle of Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, and Darkstalkers 3. I think that's the first one is the Darkstalkers 2. Anyway, that includes online matchmaking and spectator mode and replay sharing and HD filtering, so it looks nice on your big television and all that stuff. It's the sort of thing Capcom has done with their previous sort of downloadable versions of older games, and that is slated for release on PSN and XBLA sometime in the distant year of 2013, with a price point of $15 or 1,200 Microsoft points. And finally, just a little PSA for you guys. This week saw the release of a couple new downloadable titles. There's Retro City Rampage on PC, PS3, and PlayStation Vita. And aside from the fact that everyone at Destructoid is actually in the game, and therefore we are completely biased, and it's a blatant, glaring conflict of interest for us to recommend it, I must recommend this game. Especially to Vita owners. If you have a Vita and it's gathering dust, please just go check it out. It's $15. It's got crossplay with the PS3, and it looks gorgeous on a little tiny screen. So check that out. Yeah. Second, there is Worms Revolution, which comes out for PC, PSN, and XBLA for $15, 1,200 points. It is the 2.5D reboot of the old Worms games, where you are worms and you shoot the missiles and stuff at each other. I got to play that with Anthony Carboni on his show, New Challenger, which you can see over on youtube.com/Rev3Games, and we did that yesterday. I felt like I was in 9th grade again. We were just you know, talking shit to each other and playing worms, and it's a great deal of fun. Also, I somehow managed to dress a lot fancier on days when I'm not hosting this show, so I don't know what's up with that.
I talk shit to Anthony every day.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, did you mention Retro City Rampage? Huh?
Yes.
Nick, drop the code in the chat.
I did. Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Sweet.
Who's getting that game?
That's Retro City Rampage.
Somebody get that game.
Yes, indeed. So on Wednesday's episode, I talked about the Borderlands 2 Necromancer DLC, which was supposed to be out October 16th and then ended up getting released a week early. Well, good news. There is still some DLC coming on October 16th, and it features pirates and boats you can drive in the sand and so much more. Captain Scarlet and the Pirate's Booty is what it's called. This is the first official campaign DLC for Borderlands 2, and it takes place ironically in a desert town called Oasis. This one's going to introduce a wealth of new characters, including a one-eyed pirate named Captain Scarlet, along with some new enemies such as the Sandworm and a sand skiff vehicle that can drive on sand and move laterally in any direction. It's pretty awesome. So like I said, that'll be out on Tuesday. It'll cost $10 if you haven't already purchased a season pass. I actually got a chance to play the DLC last week as the Necromancer class, which was so amazingly fun, I can't even tell you. Except that I can tell you, just not now, because it's actually embargoed. But we will have a gameplay walkthrough of it up on this very channel, Detoid, Monday morning, so just start mentally preparing yourselves now.
I wish it was called Captain Pirate and the Scarlet Booty, you know, instead of the opposite. It would imply that it was like a pirate game about spankings.
I gathered that.
That would be weird. So, anyway, I'm gonna stop staring at me angrily like that.
Okay,
you can have that. So it's been confirmed, this is sort of news, I guess. It's been confirmed that Grand Theft Auto 5 is gonna be the cover story for December's issue of Game Informer. And while we won't have any details about Rockstar's new game until scans of that foofy old paper magazine show up online, we do have some news about some of Rockstar's old games. Namely that they're being released in a big fat collection. So this collection is coming November 6th for PS3 and 360 and will include L.A. Noire, Red Dead Redemption, GTA episodes from Liberty City, and Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. And it will retail for somewhere around $60 wherever games are sold. Now, obviously, a lot of people already have these games because they're massive, giant AAA Rockstar games, but it's a hell of a bargain regardless. And if you know someone who's just getting into gaming, you could do a lot worse than giving them this collection for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever, or for December. Happy December, here, have this. It's a game about a cowboy or a detective, or perhaps a criminal, or maybe you like the one about the car. Hey, Rockstar, do another one of these, but include Bully, please. I want Bully, and that's $30 by itself used on GameStop right now, but I want to play Bully on my 360, so that's news, is they're making that. So, your turn, Tara.
Oh, some people have been asking me to wave, so hello, everyone, about that. So we've got some details that have surfaced about the next piece of Mass Effect 3 downloadable content. It's called Omega, and according to BioWare, it's going to be the biggest Mass Effect 3 DLC yet. This one continues the story of the Mass Effect Invasion prequel comics and has you working with Arya to reclaim the Omega space station after it was stolen from Cerberus. It's going to feature some new characters straight from the comic book, so we will get introduced to the evil General Oleg Petrovsky, as well as some new enemies, and for the first time ever, a female Turian.
Ooh la la!
That's right, guys, a Lady Garrus. I love the Garrus.
That sexy artichoke.
Interestingly, the storyline was apparently included in the original script for Mass Effect 3 before BioWare decided to take it out and then expand it for use in the DLC, which is kind of a shame because I probably would have cared a lot more about this, you know, a half a year ago when the game came out.
Right,
but hey, it's almost November, so there that goes. Omega's going to be out November 27th for PC, Xbox, and PS3. It's going to be priced at $15 or 1,200 Microsoft points. Do any of you plan on getting this? I really want to care because I loved Mass Effect 3 and also Lady Garrus, but it's hard for me to muster up excitement this late in the game. I mean, by the time this comes out, the game will have been out for what, like 7 months?
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 is putting out their first campaign DLC already. Get with the program, BioWare.
Yeah.
Get with it.
They can't hear you, they've retired. Those doctors have left BioWare.
It's just an echo now.
They're just writing coffee table books about making beer.
Oh, it's depressing.
Anyway, let's take a word from our sponsor. When we get back, we'll talk about other things. Guys, I just found out that if you wear nice clothes, girls will talk to you. But then I found out how expensive nice clothes are, and I got sad. But then I found out about Jack Threads, and everything is okay again. Jack Threads, if you have not heard before, is a members-only online shopping club for dudes that serves up fancy name-brand nice clothes for up to 80% off retail every day. And no matter what your style is, they have you covered. Whether you were into fancy stuff like this classy peacoat or a lovely gingham scarf, or maybe you only wear clothes that involve great white sharks or hammerhead sharks. Whatever you want to wear on your body, Jack Threads has a ton of stuff to pick from, and it's all very reasonably priced, so you should go check it out. It's really that simple. I can't actually guarantee these specific items will be in stock because they're always adding new stuff and other stuff is selling and quantities are limited and all that, but it's definitely worth checking out. Normally there's a wait list to join, but because you watch our show, we want you to look classy or covered in sharks, so head to jackthreads.com/destruct and you can start shopping for things today. It is free to join and you're not obligated to buy anything, but it never hurts to look, and plus every sign up helps support our show. Again, that is jackthreads.com/destruct.
Those clothes are pretty damn classy.
Upon finding that Thor with the hammerhead shark shirt, I immediately purchased it. You will be seeing that someday soon.
All right, so back to the show. As you guys are probably well aware by now, the game streaming service OnLive, they collapsed a couple months ago. They laid off almost all of their 200 employees amidst rumors of a potential bankruptcy. Well, as time passes, we've been hearing more and more details about what exactly happened, and it's not looking great, guys. According to MercuryNews.com, OnLive, which was once valued at $1.8 billion, which is crazy, they sold off all of their remaining assets to a venture capitalist back in August for the paltry sum of $4.8 million. Yeah, that may seem like a lot of money, but it's really not for a business that big. Despite receiving over $40 million in funding from companies like AT&T and HTC, OnLive now maintains that the reason they failed wasn't because of a bad business model or poor business practices. Rather, it was because they didn't have enough funding to really be able to take off and succeed as a company. And as a result, they've managed to rack up over $18.7 million of debt during their operation, meaning any creditors who invested will be getting about a quarter back for every dollar they invested, which is kind of depressing.
Whoa!
Apparently, the new owner does plan on kind of rebranding it and bringing it back, but it remains to see how well that will actually do, especially now that Gaikai is, Sony owned.
Oh yeah,
they
Gaikai.
Probably got a little competitive edge there.
There's that other cloud gaming service. You might remember back in July, Sony actually purchased cloud gaming service Gaikai for $380 million, which is a lot of money, I think. And how since then we've all just been sitting around sort of scratching our heads and wondering what will happen next. Well, for starters, get this, Gaikai redesigned their website. Right? It's sort of news. But however, they have added a number of screenshots in their cool little background thing that feature, bits from PlayStation 3 titles, including Killzone 3, Uncharted 2, Infamous 2, Little Big Planet, as well as some third-party titles like Mass Effect 3, Metal Gear Rising, Modern Warfare, and there's also a single screenshot that's blurred out. If you look very closely, is it on this one? It's on... I don't know. It's next to Sackboy somewhere, but it could be an unannounced game, or it could just be a title that hasn't been nailed down yet in terms of business paperwork stuff. However, those are some games that haven't been released yet, so maybe we're going to see like a streaming cloud demo kind of thing, or maybe they will be released as clouds. I would like to buy one cloud, sir.
I would love to purchase a cloud from a cloud.
In other news, Gaikai has a more info coming soon message on their website, which could mean new development sooner than we were expected, but hey, if nothing else, they redesigned their website, and I think it looks nice. Yeah. Anyway, we are nearing the end of our extremely news-packed show, but hey, speaking of website redesigns, have you seen Destructoid.com this week? It has lost weight.
Oh, girl, you look good.
But seriously, ladies, the site has been given a complete overhaul, and it looks very sleek, and it actually runs much smoother as far as I've seen. And there's also a whole new comment system, so I recommend everyone go check that out. And Hey,
my name's on there.
Yeah, I did that Photoshop right there. Go say some nice things to Jim Sterling on his posts, because people are always doing that sort of thing. There's also an upvote and downvote option on the comments, so that's exciting. Make it a Reddit. Anyway, while I'm whoring things out, you guys know Destructoid has a store for the shirts. That's over on sharkrobot.com/Destructoid, and if you need some video game shirts up in your life, go check that out. So now it's time for questions.
Yeah, so Ben Critchley asked, how many DLC characters and campaign add-ons do you think they will release for Borderlands 2, and how expensive will the campaign DLC be? I know that they plan on releasing 4 campaign DLCs. They've got the Necromancer for character classes, and they've kind of hinted that there might be more in the future. So I'm guessing we might see maybe 1 or 2 more of those, probably after more of the campaign DLC comes out. I would guess that it's probably all going to be about $10 also. Again, they don't really announce that stuff until like a few days beforehand, so that's the way that goes. Any other questions here?
We should have some right here.
Hey, Max and Tara, are you guys planning a Halloween episode with costumes?
If by planning you mean we discussed it briefly before Wednesday's show and then forgot about it, then yes, we are definitely planning it.
We have done Halloween episodes every year that we've done the show. And actually, you weren't there for the first one.
That was really uncomfortable.
Which was when Jonathan Holmes dressed up as Poison. And because he couldn't afford fake boobs, he just stuffed some toilet paper rolls in there, which
Poison
have kind of an odd shape to them.
The cross-dressing character from Final Fight or something.
Yeah, it was. It still haunts my dreams.
We got some.
And then last year I was Poison Ivy, and who were you? You were Two-Face.
I was Two-Face.
Yeah.
You guys should go back and watch that if you're extremely bored. We did Poison Ivy and Two-Face. It kind of came together at the last minute, so maybe we'll surprise you this year and do something like that. Let's see. Here's a good one. Unemployed Jedi says, "Damn, I already traded my Mass Effect 3 already in regarding Mass Effect 3 DLC." So that's probably a thing that's happened. Is I feel like maybe Mass Effect 3 DLC this late is like some people have already turned their copies in.
Yeah, they've released so many like tiny multiplayer packs and things. Like I don't usually get excited about that because I wasn't really that into multiplayer in Mass Effect 3. But I feel like if they had come up with like a definitive DLC schedule, people could have mentally prepared for it. But now it's just like 7 months, man. Who's even thinking about that game anymore? Not me. I don't know. How does the HD look in this episode, by the way? Some people have been saying nice things about my face.
Do we have any comments about that? Does anyone say anything about that? Anything exciting?
Also,
our
you
producer's
guys
whispering things in our ears
may
right
know
now. We're trying to read
about
things.
Extra Life, which is a 24-hour charity gaming marathon that happens every year on the same day, and this year it's happening on October 20th. So we're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream here. Is that going to be on our Twitch TV channel, man in my head? Yes. Twitch.tv/Rev3Games is where we're going to be doing it. Again, October 20th, 24 hours. We're going to be friggin' drunk and
we're gonna be drunk.
Probably so tired.
Yep, we got a lot of we got Dragon Ball Z Connect.
Yeah.
And
we've got tons of games actually.
And Worms Revolution. A lot of good games to play actually.
Yeah, and we're gonna be giving out we're gonna try to give out codes for games that we're playing as we're playing them. So you guys will have incentive to watch, and then of course you can give us all of your money and then we'll take it and give it
for charity.
To charity.
Right,
yeah,
charity.
Sure.
Not a Ponzi scheme.
No, not at all. Should we announce these contest winners?
Let's announce the contest winners, yes.
So,
winners of our codes, what is your names?
For Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, we've got Rogue X, Dragov 1C, and MX Chick Magnet 86. I recognize some of those usernames. So congratulations to you guys, and it looks like Ronin Rant was able to grab the code for Retro City Rampage. So and good on you.
Special thanks to Zombie Ninja with underscores in there for donating that code. We try and get codes from publishers and stuff to give out to you guys, but sometimes they hate us because we make fun of their games.
And because we drop the F-bomb a lot.
Yes, we swear a lot because we're rude. So that's
that is about the end of our show today. I'd say we've answered enough questions for one day. As always, you can follow us on Twitter. I am Tara Longest. He's Max Scoville, and the show's on there as well at Detoid Show. You should also make sure you're subscribed to both this channel and Rev3Games. We talked about this on Wednesday's show, but we put up tons of content this week.
It's been a weird week. It's been kind of slow with news, but really busy with other stuff. So if you want to check out some reviews and things like that, some Worms gameplay. I just
put up a Torchlight 2 review 3 weeks late. But it's a good one.
Yeah,
so.
You guys should go check that out. And also check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/DetoidShow. And you should also recycle and probably call your mother and see how she's doing. And I don't know, maybe go to like a pumpkin patch with some friends and do some jack-o'-lantern carving.
Don't run with scissors.
Yeah, don't do that. But have a good weekend. We love you. We'll be back here on Monday.
Also, take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy. Good night.
That's my line.
Let's talk to our show.
First episode, everyone. Applause, please.
Hi. I'm ready to talk to you about video games on my first show.
I have a massive boner.